Guys, I finished it. Woo! Excuse me while I go and cry in a corner somewhere. Honestly, this book was so, so good. So good. In case you don't know, this is the last book of the Caster Chronicles series, which makes Beautiful Redemption by Garcia and Margaret Stohl. Hair. Anyway, I'm I've literally just finished this book, so I'm struggling to put together coherent sentences because, well, basically, I've tried to film this review about 5 times already, and every time I've deleted it because it's just been me going, but so, I mean, this book and Lena and Ethan's relationship in it, and they managed to maintain it even though they're not together for most of the book, and I'm just so happy that that happened. I really am, because, okay, if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I didn't really like Beautiful Darkness because Lena and Ethan's relationship was just kind of went down a hole somewhere and disappeared. So that was why I didn't really like it. And I was really afraid that the same thing would happen here because if you read Beautiful Chaos and then you know what happens at the end, I was kind of worried that the same thing would happen here and how like they would get out there. And well done, that's all I can say. Well done, Cami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. You surprised me. Completely surprised me. I had no idea where this book was going. After Beautiful Chaos, I honestly didn't know what Ethan was going to do, how he was going to get out of that situation, if he even was. And it's all resolved in this book, and in a really, really clever way as well. If you've seen some of my previous reviews for like this series, you'll know that I found that some of the ways that characters got out of situations, they seem to be like cop-outs, that's what I found. For example, like characters would appear and just hand other characters the answers that they were looking for, just go, here you go, bye, and then disappear again. And it, it became a bit of a shame because it's so easy to write a cop-out, but it doesn't make the book that exciting because you know someone's just going to turn up and go, cast a spell and it's all sorted out. But this book didn't do that at all in the entire book, and I was so grateful that it didn't. Every situation was solved really logically, and it was so clever the way it was done as well. And oh, it was just so good. And also the way things happen, like the small black stones they get, and how that's used later on, and it's just things like you know they're not cop outs. He had a reason to have those stones, and then they were useful later on for the same reason that they were useful earlier. But it just didn't click, and this probably isn't making any sense if you haven't read this book. If you haven't read this book, go and read this book. Honestly, you won't regret it. You won't. And I really can't think of anything bad to say about it. It's just so good. The characters were amazing, and I mean the characters were amazing anyway, but they're even more amazing in this book. And the way the light and the dark become so mixed. I mean, in Beautiful Creatures, you had the light and the dark, and they were very easy to distinguish. But in this, they became so mixed, you just didn't know who was going to be on what side, and that really mixed it up as well, which I found really good. I mean, if the characters were light, of course, they were mainly drawn towards the light, and if they were dark, they're mainly drawn towards the dark. But it's kind of like, who said that they had to use the dark for dark purposes? For example, with Ridley, I mean, what she did, it was so brave, and she was dark, and yet she chose to help the light by using her dark ways. So I'm gonna stop this review now because I'm not really making much sense here. All you need to know is go and read this book because it's amazing. 5 out of 5 stars, honestly. I couldn't ask for anything more from the last book of this series. Uh, it was just so good, and now I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm just kind of watching the Beautiful Creatures trailer over and over and over again to mourn the loss of this series. The end. The end. Guys, what are we gonna do now? I suppose I could read the note from Never Letting Go. That might be the book I'm reading next. And I think I'm filming another book review today as well. So, I dropped the book. I'll put it down. Yeah, I think I'm filming another one today as well. So, if I'm wearing the same top, you know why. Yeah, so I'm gonna go film another review. So, I'll see you all next time. Make sure you read this book and go and see the film as well. If you haven't read the series, then what are you doing? Go and read the series. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!